Hi everyone. A while back I did a video on a dog food that I was using and still use called Taste of the Wild. I've gotten pretty good results from that. One of the issues was I personally like the dog food. The ingredients looked great. However, half of my dogs don't like the dog food, and that became an issue because they just weren't eating what I wanted them to eat. So just a quick review of Taste of the Wild, and then I'll get into actually the recommended dog food that I'm going to discuss today. One of the things I didn't like about Taste of the Wild, after doing a lot more research, was it has a high starch content. The other thing is I would like a little bit more protein, and last but not least, the label looks really nice, as though you're buying it from a very small company and you're like, wow, this is great, I'm patronizing a small business. Absolutely not true. Diamond Pet Food is a monster corporation. I think they're in the top 5. I know Nestle Purina is, Mars I think is second. Nestle Purina is number 2. Needless to say, they're multi-billion-dollar companies. They're never about profits. I'm not saying that they can't make a good product, but I do find sometimes the best products are from these smaller companies. Okay, needless to say, one dog in particular just wasn't fond of that food, wasn't eating it, and I had actually another dog that I would have liked to see a better stool. Okay, so one of my friends who's a very prominent kind of course enthusiast, he's had world champions, and he's a friend of mine. He does chicken and rice, no dog food. Now, I was doing that for a while with these particular dogs that I said were kind of picky. The thing is, you work a full-time job, you just don't have the time to go ahead and boil chicken and rice. It's as though you're like a personal chef for the dogs, and it's nice sometimes, but not every single meal. So my thoughts were to research a dog food that came as close as you can to a raw diet, or cooked chicken and rice, which is what I was doing. And I came up with this particular dog food, and I wanted to give it a try, and it was really coming out to the same thing price-wise, because this uses organic chicken. Wysong is the brand. It's a small company out of Michigan, and this brand that I use is Epigen, E-P-I-G-E-N. You can see the store that I get locally here from, which actually most of the time I'm ordering it from the web, but they've been eating a lot of this. I'm still waiting for my other shipment to come in from the web. It's actually cheaper to order it from the web, and I've put a link on this video and under the video where you can order this, and you'll get, I think it's 9% off your first order, and then there's a lot of coupons, so you're actually going to save money by ordering it on the web. So I actually paid $58 for 20 pounds here. If I order it on the web, I'm actually going to be saving money, especially with that coupon. Okay, but this is their top-end product. What kind of protein are we talking about here? We're talking about 60% protein. Okay, fat is 15%, and one of the things about this food is, especially if you have a dog who has a very sensitive stomach, because you have to keep in mind that herbivores like humans have a particular enzyme to break down food, break down vegetables and starches and grains, and I believe that's called amylase, A-M-Y-L-A-S-E. Now, the thing with dogs is they don't have that enzyme. They are a carnivore. So when people say, well, I feed my dog Walmart food and it's corn and they're doing fine, okay, well, maybe now, but I believe over time you're going to have digestive problems that are going to come out, maybe dandruff, coat, and of course numerous other links have been increasingly shown in studies now, everything from digestive cancer to a bowel disorder syndrome. But I'm not even going to get into the details. I'm just going to say I try to get as close as I can to their real diet, and I've had good success with this. So 60% protein. I know it sounds kind of high, and I know some you know, people will say, well, I don't like to do a high-protein diet. Well, if they're eating chicken, chicken is a high-protein diet. And another thing is they've done studies. There is no evidence that protein contributes to incorrect growing in Mastiff breeds. Now, yes, calcium and carbohydrate can indeed, and high calorie content, which is primarily found in the junky dog foods, can contribute to issues, you know, hip dysplasia issues and things like that. But there is no link with a higher protein content and a dog growing too fast. You know, I've done a lot of research on that. Needless to say, if you feel more comfortable not giving something like this to a young dog that's still growing, you can wait till maybe around 12 months where they've done a good amount of their growing already, even though Mastiffs will grow till 2 years, and then you can go ahead and start utilizing this. I give this to my older dogs, but getting back to the food, I have noticed they've put on weight. The stools are much better, okay? In fact, they're perfect, and I really won't get into detail on that, but it's important. It's a good example of the overall health of the dog, and it's something that even when you bring to the vet, they're going to do stool samples and things like that. But the first ingredient of this dog food is organic chicken, okay? And if you look at the chicken industry and how it's processed and the fact that they use chlorine and they're just incredible amounts of antibiotics, you'll kind of understand why organic chicken is better. So I personally use this one. Yes, I'm paying more, and I don't even want to, you know, if I tell you how much I spend a month on this, you'll probably think that I'm a bit loony, but maybe I am a bit loony. The content of starch, it is starch-free. Now, there is some really good grain-free dog foods out there, but keep in mind, it's the starch, the sugar, where a lot of these bacteria thrive on. So, starch-free, this is the one of the few starch-free dog foods that I know of. I know a lot of them will pitch you as grain-free, but keep in mind, you're talking about 22 to 28% protein. If you get Nature's Domain from Kirkland, which I also use for a little bit, Kirkland Nature's Domain has 22% protein in their turkey. So you can imagine how much starch is in there. Really, you got peas. You also have the starch from sweet potato, and that's like a sugary starch. It's almost equivalent to grain. So, long story short, my dogs have put on a good amount of weight. I do recommend this. I know it's not in everybody's budget, but I can tell you if you do the math and you calculate the amount of times that you will be bringing your dogs to the vet, I believe that this is a substantial investment in your dogs, happier dogs, less money to spend on vets. So if you would like to get the discount that I said, there is a link that I put under the video. You can also try and find this locally in your area. It's not as easy to find as some of the other dog foods, but I recommend it. I think you'll be happy, and feel free to send me comments and like this video if you found it to be informative. Thank you. Have a good one.